Well, all right, guys, I think this is the save editor update that we were all looking for. And I was going in to do some builds today, and I like how it automatically tells you what's going on. So we will do a fresh install and a over install for people who are new and for people who are updating. Just for refreshers, just in case you forgot, in case, you don't do it every day, so the knowledge can slip away from you very easily. And I want to talk you everybody through it and do some new features on here. So yeah, all right. So come on over to goatfungus /no NMS save editor. I'll put a link in the description. And what you're going to want to do is come over here and hit the code to download the zip file. First of all, listen. If you are on Xbox version on your PC, I don't think this is going to work without some other things. You're on the wrong video. And if you're on the other files, I'm not quite sure about this. There's some stuff down here where it says that it might do it. I don't know. I haven't gone down that avenue, and I would tell you to watch another video. It's not going to be here. This is for Steam only. Now, with that being said, the other requirement from you is going to have a fresh, current version of Java runtime. Okay, so you can come and grab that here too as well. All right, now that that's out of the way, yeah, we hit the code here, and you can download the zip. Boom, get that sucker. All right, now let's close this out here. I'm gonna close everything out all the way here. We'll go ahead and save the data because I did do some changes. Now we'll go into the downloads. We'll go into my downloads in here or wherever you got it. Now I've already done this. This little box comes up. All you have to do is hit close and it's going to take you to the screen. Don't worry, you didn't do anything wrong. You're A-okay. Now, if you don't have I would create a folder on your desktop that says Save Editor. All right, go ahead and do that. All right, guys that already have your save editor somewhere, go find it. I would suggest make a shortcut anyway because I'm in and out of this thing a lot. And it depends on your styles and needs. This is how I do it anyway. All right, so you can see that my save editor is open. Now I'm going to take this right here. We're going to take all these files right here, and move them over into your folder called Save Editor. Boom. I've already done it, but it doesn't really hurt anything. You could do it again. It's probably going to say you've already got them, blah, blah, blah. Or it's going to say replace them. Say yes, replace all of them. Replace all of them. Okay. Now that we're there. For the old players, you guys are all set up and ready to go. It's going to act just like normal for people that have already had this. For people that are new here, I'll explain what's going on here. I don't know if you're going to have a backup folder quite yet. When you first open up No Man's Sky, the save editor, it will start doing these backups, or even when you open the game. This is the coolest thing about the save editor. You can see that I have all these backups. You see all these dates? These are, every time I go in and out of the game, it saves these things for me. So this is every time I've gone back in. If I want, and I have saves in another folder that I'll archive after quite a while. So if I want to go back in time to wherever I want to go, I can go back in time. And I have these all the way back to 2017. So yeah, pretty cool feature right there, folks. Yeah, that's going to be automatically made up here. Same with bases and export, and those three files will be made once you go in and manipulate a file or save the game. All right? You'll see those later, but they're important. Now, the file that you want to open to get to the goods is this executable jar file. It has a little cup of coffee right on there for you. A lot of people think it's the application file. That's not the case. So let's open this up. Boom, it's going to open up, but it's, all right, mine's sitting here. Let's see, in the file tabs for the new ones, for the people just coming in the file tabs, you're going to tell it to go to wherever you have your installation at. This will be different for different people. I have my stuff on H drive. I don't know how many drives you got. A lot of you are going to be on C, Steam. Take your file tree and go down there and find your Steam No Man's Sky folder and tell the save editor to point that way. Boom. You should be good now. We can get out of there. Now, while you're in here, let's talk about the basics here. I'm not going to dive all the way deep into this thing. We're going to talk about the new features really quick for the older players so they can get out of here and get out of our hair. And new players, just kind of bear with me here. You guys will like the new features anyway. So I'm just going to go into a creative save here. All right. Now, you see what I just picked out. I have all my slots here. These will always be in the same order, 1, 2, 3, 4. When you go back into the game, it's like the last one first. It's kind of a little confusing, so watch out for that. These are going to flip-flop around. These are always going to stay the same. The ones in the game flip-flop around. So pay attention to what's going on because you can't name these stupid files. All right, so I'm grabbing my creative save. Underneath it are the files that we pointed out that were the backups. Like if I wanted to go back in time, say I made a boo-boo, I made a mistake, and I want to go back in time to fix it, which was a big deal. And the reason why I got the save editor in the first place was because we were glitching inside of our ship walls, and I couldn't get out. I wasn't in multiplayer. We're talking about losing ships, you know, 1 billion units. Maybe not so, but yeah, it's a big deal. And this is one of the favorite parts about the save editor. So if I want to go back in time, I'd click this. And when I did click that or whatever file that I chose, you would see the new time zone down here and you would hit save as. So that's how you do that, okay? All right, now let's talk about the new features for the old players. What you guys probably have been waiting for is the multi-tools. All right, inside multi-tools now, you will see that we have types. We have standard and royale, and that is going to be for you new guys out there. For the older players, I'm sorry, who have been looking for the update for that. And yeah, I think that's maybe some of the new items that are in the game too. I think the expedition items were already in here. So yeah. All right, let's go do a quick run through of the tools in here. Now, we talked about the main. Let's go into Exosuit really quick. This is going to be pretty much similar throughout each one of these tabs. It's going to be kind of the same. All right, so over here on this side, we got some things that we can manipulate, health and statuses. If you come over here and just hit 9999999 or whatever you want to hit, and click the next one, it's going to correct it to the highest point that it is. And I'm pretty sure everybody's going to want that. I mean, no one's going to come in here and go, oh, you know what? I think I just want 87%. No, let's get your bang for your buck, right? I don't know, unless you're just going to be like, I'm just going to nudge it a little bit. That's what I did when I first got in here. I just nudged some things. I wanted to get out of the wall. And then I was like, you know what? This is kind of, I don't know, you get a little taste. I had like 500 hours into the game before I even got this far, okay? So, yeah. All right. So you can nudge things over here. It corrects it. You're not going to put some value in here that the game can't understand. So, all right, that's fine. You're okay there. Not too much you can do of hurting in here of your game. I don't think so. Maybe a few different things for message lines or story lines. We'll get to that in a minute. All right, so you're in here in the Exosuit. You know, in the game you have different Exosuit compartments. You have your general, technology, and cargo. So this is your general slot, and you can see that we can grab these things and move them around. It's very convenient. If you want to add something in here, we can hit the add. Now, when the add tab comes up, we have, I'm not going to go through all this. You guys can sit here and go through this until your heart's content. I think someone should do like a video that goes through every single piece. I think it would be cool. I think someone would like that. I just don't have the patience for it. So if you come in here and type, you can type in whatever you want to type, stasis devices or whatever. Don't hit enter. You got to hit the search here. So enter does not translate over in this here. So you got some categories, substance, products, and then once you pick one of these, you'll have another file tree selection underneath it. And once you pick one of those, you'll have your selections under here. So you can throw in whatever you want. Go in through here and find everything. It's really cool as a new player or a new person in the save editor. This is kind of cool. You can grab whatever you want, and it's really nice. As long as you, even if you don't know the product, but I'll show you guys how to learn the products too here in just a second. So, all right, so that's the general tab. Now, if we go into technology, it's going to be kind of the same. I think we can move things around if we want, but it's technology here. We can't have items in technology slots. So if we go into add item, we already are kind of you know, limited in our file tree already. So we're going to have just the technology items. Okay, like I said, it kind of is going to guide you and limit you to you know, your tunnel vision that is in here. It's pretty cool. So yeah, cargo, it's all self-explanatory. Okay, so these items in here. So if we right click on there, you can see we have some options in here. Now, enable all slots, repair all slots. That is just for this section. There's a better way to do that underneath the file. We'll talk about that in just a second. But in here we got item details. I think this is kind of cool. You can kind of learn about some things that are in here. That's pretty neat. And then you can fill the stacks, and then you can delete an item. All right. Now, what was I talking about? Refilling everything at once. We can do that for everything in your whole file at once up here in File. Edit. Sorry. Go to Edit. And then if you come down and Edit, you see underneath this line here, you see Recharge all technology, Refill all stacks, Recharge base planters, Expand all inventories, Enable all slots, and Repair all slots and technology. Those are, you know, those are golden right there. As far as I'm concerned, it saves you a lot of time, saves you a lot of hassle. You can expand all your slots out like this. It's for your weapons and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. Everything's a 48, you know, with some limitations on exocrafts and stuff like that. They have their own rules and laws. You know, like I said, if you're not able to do it, they're going to tunnel vision you. You're not going to be able to do it. So it's pretty cut and dry. You're not going to really hurt things until you start getting into the JSON file, which is up at the top of edit here. So don't mess with that right now. That's if you're new, that's for like Blender and manipulating pets and eggs and things like that. So we'll get into that later. It's more advanced, I'd call it, I guess. All right, so Multitool. Let's head over to Multitool. Like we've already kind of brushed up on this. Now every kind of every user interface over here on the left-hand side is going to be kind of the same throughout here. So at the very top, we can almost do our file traits, the Multitool. You can see how many I've got right here. I've got them all filled up, and we have the names underneath there. If you have a name, you can change it there. Our types, this is new. So we have our standards and our royal. If we go to standards, then our types down here, there's C, B, A, and S. And then we have our royale. All right, so we want to go back to royale. And then here we can type in what we want to. Now, the cool thing here is we have import and export. I've been sharing some of these things. If you guys are interested, I have some videos on sharing them, and stay tuned for some new things that are going to be coming out. We can export and import these things. Say I like this Royal Multitool and I want to save it or share it or import it into another save, whatever I want to do. We can go ahead and export this. We can call it, you know, whatever color it is, whatever you want to call it, and then you hit save. And then if you wanted to import it, that's basically it. You have a room here. You have to get rid of one of these, and then you would hit import, and bam, you got it. Really cool. Come over to ships. Ship tabs is about the same, man. Ship type. These are your slots for your ships, and then you have your name. You have your ship type. Pretty cut and dry. Class, and then your stats. Import, export, and the same thing over here as in the Exosuit. We have our your different categories in here, or your different sections of your ship. You know, general and technology. And the same rules apply as everything else as far as adding an item. You know, that right click, and you can move everything around and get as deep as you want in that. Freighters. Yeah, here's your freighter. You got this, let's see, we got a capital here. I'm not sure if I have one in the game yet, but this is where you would go and manipulate it. It says I got one. Maybe I just can't call it in. It's on my my newer creative save. So frigates, this is kind of cool. You can come in here and mess with this, and everybody likes this. You can get Normandies and just go crazy. This is a pretty cool thing right there, the Normandies, and being able to hit all these stats up and really mess with it and send these boys out and get some really cool, funny stories back. Fun, All right, vehicles. Hey, like I said, you can't just open up all these slots for some reason. Let's see if, it won't even do it over there. But you have your types here. You can get in there and then put all your upgrade modules on an Exocraft. Fun, fun, fun. You talking about hitting those mountains? Oh, we're talking about a whole new game for you, son. All right, pets and companions. Almost the same thing right here, except for we don't have any additional things for them. There's all your slots. There's more that I don't have opened yet, so they would be all in here. The full 18, I think it is. And then you have your creature seeds, and then you can change. If you want to lay your eggs on a home planet and you want them all lush, bam, you got it right now. Now you don't have to go to some weird planet to lay your eggs, or they can all be happily laying eggs at your home world. So, and then you can change your type and stuff. That's pretty cool. All right, base and storage. This is pretty cut and dry as well. You can come in here and save and back up and move some things, but I don't really use this as I do all my base editing in Blender, in my saving in Blender. So this is not something I really even mess with too much, but if you had your bases in here, you could come in here and check them out, and you'd have your storage chest over here, and you got some kind of neat little items in here. Settlements, again, I don't mess with this either. So, but you can manipulate, just like with your frigates, you'd be able to come in here and manipulate them and get their stats and everything to your heart's content. So fun for you guys there. Discoveries. Now, here's where you can add some items to your game if you want to. So let's say known technology. Here we go. We can go over here and let's say if you want them all, we can hit add technology. We can click on a spot in there and hit Control A and then hit add. Now that would add everything. And for the older players that are going through it, that would re-up your knowledge. So instead of going through there and individually trying to find those few different things that you didn't know you didn't have, just add them all. Then you know it. Go in here to add products over here. This is what I'll do. Control A, hit add. I got everything now. Problem solved. Known words, we can learn all these. I think somebody was telling me if you do this too early, it will prevent you from getting the storyline to advance. Heads up on that. I'm not really quite sure. Somebody want to comment in the comment section. I don't know. Good luck with that. But if you want all the words, here you go. All right. And definitely glyphs over here. You can add these and just check them all off. Boom. You're good to go. This tells you your game stats. I'm not really quite sure on this one. Again, I always say you can come in here and manipulate this, but I think Steam takes you back. I don't know. I'm not really quite sure. I think the Gex standings are things that you can manipulate, but these milestones are something that you just can't really manipulate. I'm not quite sure. Anyway, you guys can have fun with that. And then last but not least over here is the Accounts tab. And, well, we can add in all of our season's rewards, which is very cool. That's awesome, right? Awesome. Awesome. And the Twitch rewards, too. Super, super awesome. Super, super awesome. I'll say it twice, man, because this is a really cool tab. Only thing with this here, down here, there's a note. To use Twitch drops, you must go offline before you start the game. So you come in here, add everything, and turn your computer off. Offline and get on. And it's going to say you want to go on offline. Be like, yeah, I'm just going to play offline. Go in there, get your stuff, get everything that you want, and then you can turn online your Wi-Fi and stuff back on, and then you will have all these items. Boom. All right. So some little bit of advanced stuff. Excuse me there. We can go into edit. We have a raw JSON. and that's where we can manipulate some files. If you want to get into Blender, this is where that will be. So we have some player state data. At the top, we have some cool data here. This is where the pets are at. You can do some really cool stuff in here. There's the descriptors and you know, the biomes. You can change to lush to whatever. You need to be really careful how things are in here. They have to be exact. So this is advanced stuff. Don't come in here and just start messing around, because, well, you make a stray mark, you better hit not save. That's my best advice for you, okay? Enter at your own risk. It even tells you. So last time, this is where you can change your time. So I could change that to a 2, and I'd come in there and I'd have my egg. Yeah. Scale sizes too. Here, if we want this pet all crazy, we can do this as well. So cool stuff, right? Yeah. Now he's way big. Hey, let's keep it 23. He'd be super big. All right. Eggs underneath that. We're gonna have to see. I hit something. I'm gonna hit save because I know I changed the number. But if you hit a stray mark, that's when your chances to say no, don't save. Okay. So now I'm looking at eggs. Eggs in here. I'm gonna have to look at an individual egg. Yeah. You can change some times on this too. Birth times. You can change that to a 1, or last time you change that. If you know what you're doing, all right. Okay. Anything else? Let's go to persistent player bases. This is where your bases would be if you want to go in there and manipulate a base, which I just did over in Blender. So that's where I went to. And another little quick magic spot here, just to touch quick little things. If you want to make your character bigger, we go to character customization data. We can open that up, touch the 0 here, go all the way down to the bottom, and you'll have your player scale right there, which is mine is at 3, which is big, and he's got his butt in my face, and I don't enjoy that. So we're going to take him back to a 1. Maybe a 1.5. We'll give him a little beef, huh? A little bit bigger than him. Be the size of a Viking. All right, guys. That's the video. That's pretty much the basics of the save editor and the new features of this new update to it for the 1.9.9 Sentinel update, folks. It's got the Royal Multitools. So enjoy yourselves, guys. It's a very powerful tool. I'm going to hit save. If I made a stray mark, this is your chance to not take that back. Okay? All right, guys. It's a powerful tool. It opens up a whole new world for all kinds of different things. Or you can just leave it sit there, and it does a very, very powerful thing of just saving it every time you go in and out of the game. And that, my friends, is worth its weight in gold. Thank you to goatfungus. That guy is super cool. Go show him some love, and I will see you guys on the next video.